It's time for you to get up, real win. It's time for you to reactivate your finances, your health. Are you ready to get your life? Well, this is your moment. Ready to get your life back on track? Get up. What are you doing? It's your time to reactivate.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? You know what time it is. It is Monday night, 8 p.m. sharp. And you know what happens every Monday night right here on the Win Network. It is time to reactivate the moment, where every Monday we reactivate at 8. It is so good to have you all on. I need you to do me a favor real quick. I need you to like, comment, and share this video. Everybody needs to like, comment, and share this video. If you're a part of the replay team, I appreciate you. I love you so much for tuning in. I need you to do me a favor as well. Make sure you share the video, tag me in it, tag Reactivate the Moment in it, so we can let people know what goes down right here at 8 o'clock every Monday night on the Win Network. Listen, I'm not going to hold you all because we got some things to talk about tonight. Tonight is the night where we realize that we've been blocking our blessing. Tonight is the night where we realize that we've been blocking our blessing too long. We've been allowing things to hinder us from what we've been praying for. We've been allowing things to hinder us from what we've been asking God for. We've been allowing things to hinder us from getting everything that we've been seeking. And tonight is the night that we cease and desist all of that. Tonight is the night where we turn the tables. Tonight is the night where we turn the page. Tonight is the night where we decide to do two things, to do one thing, 2 words. One thing, 2 words. And it's simply this, 3 words rather, let it go. Tonight is the night where we decide to just 1 thing, 3 words. I said 2 words. I mean 3 words. 3 words. Let it go. Because some blessings are blocked by what you refuse to leave. I'm going to say it again. We need to let it go because some blessings are blocked by what we refuse to leave. Many times we've gotten to places where we just want the best for ourselves. I mean, I know I'm not the only one here that wants the best for himself. I know I'm not the only one here that wants to see myself succeed. I know you want to see yourself succeed. I know you want to see yourself be great. I know you want to see yourself just be super magnificent. But the thing that happens is we want the best for ourselves and we push ourselves to be the greatest that we can be. We push ourselves to be the best that we can be. But the thing that we do the most, the thing that we tend to do, we tend to block our own blessing by refusing to walk away. We tend to block our blessing by refusing to let things go. We refuse to get rid of certain things. We refuse to get rid of that baggage. We refuse to get rid of that discombobulation. We refuse to get rid of that confusion. We refuse to get rid of that pain. We refuse to get rid of that anxiety. We refuse to get rid of the hurt. We refuse to get rid of the anger. We refuse to get rid of the frustration. But tonight is the night that we're going to let all of that go. I don't know who I'm speaking to tonight, but I hope that you hear me clearly. Tonight, you need to let it all go. Whatever it is that's holding you back, whatever it is that's keeping you from moving forward, whatever it is that's keeping you from receiving the greatness that you need, receiving the greatness that you desire, receiving the greatness that you want, whatever it is that's keeping you from that thing, I need you to let it go. I need you to stop blocking your way, stop getting in your own way, and let it go. I don't understand why some of us refuse to leave certain things. Matter of fact, I take that back. Some of us refuse to leave certain things because of how it makes us feel. Sometimes it makes us feel great. Sometimes it makes us feel nostalgic. Sometimes it makes us feel at ease. Sometimes we feel like we are our best version, the best version of ourselves. Sometimes we feel that way. And so we refuse to leave certain places. You ever been in a place where you were just having too much fun? You remember when you were a kid, you would go to certain birthday parties. When you were a kid, you would go to Six Flags. You would go to amusement parks, and you just seem like you can stay there forever. It seemed like you never wanted to leave. It seemed like you never wanted to go home. You got to think about it like this. Think about it with the story of Peter Pan. Peter Pan stayed in Never Never Land, and they never grew up in Never Never Land. And guess what? They never wanted to leave. Remember how Wendy and her brothers flew to Never Never Land, and none of them wanted to leave. They didn't want to leave because they didn't want to grow up, because they felt so alive. They felt so great. They felt like they can do anything. They felt like they were on top of the world. That's how things come in our lives sometimes. It makes us feel like we're on top of the world. It makes us feel like we can conquer anything. It makes us feel like we can do anything. It makes us feel like we can be anybody. But the fact of the matter is, when you stay somewhere for too long, guess what you end up doing? You end up overstaying your welcome, and you end up becoming comfortable. That's the problem that we end up facing, is that we end up becoming comfortable in where we are. We end up becoming comfortable in what we're doing. We end up becoming comfortable with the people that we are around. We see them every day. We see their smile. We know their ins and their outs. We know how they maneuver. We know how they think. But at the same time, it's those same characteristics that keep us stuck in the same place. Those same characteristics keep us in the same mindset, in the same mode of not going anywhere. Those same characteristics of comfortability, those same characteristics of stagnation, those same characteristics of not having a goal, those same characteristics of not having a vision. It causes us to get stuck in the same places. I don't know about you, but I've been in that same place many times in my life where I began to get complacent. I began to feel like that where I am is where I need to be, because everything around me was great. Everything around me was cool. I didn't have a care in the world. I didn't have to worry about going anywhere. I didn't have to worry about doing anything. I didn't have to worry about progress, because I was okay with where I was. But tonight, I want to help you fix that. I want to help those of you that have felt like how I was. I want to help those of you that felt like that where you are is okay. I want to help those of you that feel like that you don't need a vision to push forward. That where you are is where you need to be. Where you are is where you want to stay. And I want to encourage you that where you are is not where you want to stay, because where you are is just a temporary location. The place that you're in, even in your mind and your spirit and your heart and your soul, and even physically, where you are now is not where you need to stay. I want to encourage you to keep going. I want to encourage you to keep pushing. I want to encourage you to keep fighting. I want to encourage you tonight to never give up, because those of you that have felt like giving up, those of you that have felt like you couldn't make it, those of you that have felt like you couldn't keep going, those of you that have felt like you wanted to just throw in the towel even on yourself, I want to encourage you to do three things. Let it go. I want you to let it go. I want you to get rid of it. I want you to walk away, and I never want you to look back. Because what happens is, when you block your blood, when you don't let go and hold on to certain things, you are blocking the greatest gift that you could ever receive, and that is the gift of moving forward. When you hold on to certain things, when you hold on to certain attitudes, when you hold on to certain grudges, when you hold on to certain pains, when you hold on to certain heartaches, when you hold on to certain frustrations, you end up holding on to those things and not getting the things that you've been asking God for. How many of you on here have been praying? How many of you on here have been petitioning God to do something miraculous in your life? How many of you have been asking for things to change? You've been wanting things to change for years. You've been desiring for things to change for such a long time. But it seems like those things haven't changed. It seems like that every time you open one door, another door is closed. It seems every time you take one step forward, you always end up taking 5 steps backwards, and you're going along in this cycle. But I'm here to encourage you tonight to let it go. I need you to leave those things, leave those people, and leave those places behind, because they aren't doing you any good. I know. What do you mean? Why should I leave certain people behind? Because certain people are holding you back. Certain people do not want you to succeed. They don't want you to pull forward. They don't want you to push through. They don't want you to make it. They want you to be exactly where they are. They want you to feel how they feel. They want you to see what they see. They want you to encounter what they encounter. But if you look around and look at your situation now, even look at the people you hang around, you can see and understand that those things that they are encountering, they're not like you. Haven't you noticed that the things that you've been experiencing, you've asked yourself certain questions like, why am I still here? Have you ever asked yourself, why am I still going through this? Have you asked yourself, this ain't me? Have you ever said to yourself, this is not who I am? Have you ever said to yourself that this is not where God wants me to be? Have you ever said to yourself that these aren't the people that I normally hang around with? Even I'll go a little further. Have you ever said to yourself, I wasn't raised this way? Because we realize that when we get into certain places in our lives, we get into a situation, we get into a mindset rather, where we tend to take on what our surroundings represent. We end up taking on who our surroundings, who we have our surroundings with. And what I want to encourage you tonight is to get out of your own way. And the only way for you to get out of your way is to let it go. The one way, the only way that you can move past the hurt, the only way you can move past the frustration, the only way that you can move past the pain is to just let it go. And I'm going to talk more about that after this quick commercial break.
Hey, it's your girl A Love. Make sure you follow me and Pastor PG, LaShonda Robinson, on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Girl Let's Talk. And let me tell you, it's not your typical church conversation. Make sure you join us on the WIN Network.
So we have to get out of our own way, ladies and gentlemen, because every now and again, every now and again, we have to get a mindset of, like my sister Terry just said, get a mindset of Elsa and let it go. Because what happens is when we decide to let go, when we make the decision to let it go, we don't have a care in the world. She said in the song, "I don't care what people may say. I don't care what comes my way, because guess what? The storm is still going to rage on." Meaning that no matter what happens, you're still going to experience pain. No matter what happens, no matter how long you hold on to it, you're still going to experience more pain. No matter how long you deal with it, you're still going to experience pain. So the best way to get past it is to let it go. And guess what? And not have a care in the world what anybody says. One of the biggest things my dad taught me growing up, even now, is to not care about what people think. If anybody knows me, they know that I don't really care about how people think about me, what they feel towards me, what they say about me. That doesn't faze me, because guess what? I realized a long time ago that those things aren't going to ever push me where I need to be. I realized that those things that they say, the feelings that they feel, the mindset that they have towards me, the opinions that they may have towards me, guess what? It's never going to make or break me. It's never going to cause me to falter. It's never going to cause me to waver. It's never going to cause me to even look back and retaliate. Why? Because I know what's in store for me, and it's so much bigger than what's behind me. I want to encourage you tonight that what's in front of you is so much bigger than what's behind you. I heard on the Country Music Awards, a guy, I forget his name, a big guy, man, I can't think of his name right now, but he won an award for best new artist. He said he's like 39 years old, and he pretty much gave a sermon in his acceptance speech. And one of the things that he said that was very key, that I've heard so many times before, is that the reason why that the mirror in front of you, or that the window in front of you when you're driving the car, the reason why that is bigger than the mirror on the side of you, because what you see in front of you is so much more important than what's behind you. So I'm here to let you know. My daddy just said he's a wise man. That's right, Pop. I'm here to let you know that what's in front of you is so much bigger, so much more important than what's behind you, because the mirrors are behind you are small, and they cause you to see what's behind you for a reason. And haven't you ever noticed, those of you that drive, haven't you ever noticed that as you are driving away, the things that are behind you are getting smaller? And that's because they are fading away into the back, fading away into your. That's what they are. They're no longer there. But what happens to us sometimes? What happens to us every now and again? Our past has a way of creeping up on us. Why? Because we decided to slow down. We decided to get complacent. We decided to get comfortable. Now, have some kind of way or another. Sneaks up on you, and you realize. And then we look over here, and there they are. That person to be let go. There it is again. That thing let go. There it is again. That person let go. I come to keep encouraging and informing you to keep looking for it. Keep it. Don't allow behind you to get out. Focus what's in front One time you back when you remember, and the only time you go when you try to get out of the situation, I'm going to let you know that this situation here, and stick to the situation. You're in contact. Just because all right, can you guys hear me? Am I back? Am I back? Okay. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like I had a little technical difficulties. It looks as if my computer died on me, and I thought I had it plugged up, but I didn't. But the show must go on. So with that being said, those of you that are in the place where it seems like you can't make it, you seem like that you can't move forward, I want to encourage you and remind you and let you know that what's in front of you is so much more, so much greater than what's behind you. And I want to encourage you to keep pushing forward. Even when you feel like you want to give up, keep pushing forward. Even when you feel like you want to throw in the towel, keep pushing forward. When you feel like that you can't make it, keep pushing forward. When you feel like that you can't keep going, keep pushing forward. Because I want to encourage you, remind you that everything that's in front of you, guess what? It is tailor-made for you. It is tailor-made for you. That means it is fit. It is made to fit you and fit you only. Those around you won't be able to benefit off what you have. Those around you won't be able to benefit off what you're receiving. Why? Because you decided to let go. Sometimes those around you are the ones you need to let go of, and they'll be confused confused. They'll be bamboozled. They'll be run amok, as Malcolm X said, led astray. Their mind will be so tainted and be so confused as to why is it that they can't receive what you're receiving. They're going to be baffled and to say, why is it that they can experience what you experience? Is because they are the ones that they had to let go. They were the ones that you had to let go of. They're not going to understand it, but guess what? It's not meant for them to understand. Where you're going is not meant for everybody else to understand. What you're doing is not meant for everybody to understand. It is meant for you and you alone to understand. Why? Because you are no longer refusing to stay in the places where you are. You are no longer refusing to leave those things behind. You are no longer refusing to get rid of certain people. You are no longer refusing to close the door on certain people. Because what I want to encourage you is that every now and again, when we're perusing the pages of this thing called life, our own history, our own autobiography, I want you to continue to move forward to the next chapter. You can't go back to the last chapter and reread and rewrite and experience those things, because guess what? Once you close one chapter, that's it. You need to move forward. Lock the door, put a lock on it, and throw away the key, because it is time for you to move forward. I want to encourage you tonight, and I need you to put into the comment section, I'm moving forward. I'm moving forward. I'm no longer looking behind me. I'm no longer worried about what's behind. I'm no longer worried about who's not with me and who is. I'm no longer depending on others. I'm no longer depending on what they think. I'm no longer depending on how they feel. I'm no longer depending on what they have to say, because what they have to say don't matter. Every now and again, if you have to type in the letters IDC, go ahead and type the letters IDC, which stands for I don't care. I don't care about what you think. I don't care about how you feel. I don't care about what you do. I don't care about your opinions. Why? Because I know what's inside of me. I need you to understand that. I want to encourage you to realize what's inside of you. What's inside of you is more beneficial than what other people may say. What's inside of you is more beneficial than what other people may feel. Why? Because they don't know the potential that you have. They don't know what's brewing. They don't know the passion. They don't know the purpose that you have inside of you. And they're not going to understand why it is that you're on a certain plateau and why it is that you haven't pulled them along with you. And guess what? It's okay. You're going to lose certain people. You're going to lose certain friends. You may even lose relationship with certain family members. But guess what? It's not about them. It's all about you. Tonight is the night. Tonight is the night where you say to yourself, it's about me. This is the night where you, for those of us, like if you're like me, you've been putting others before you your whole life. You've been putting other people before you as long as you can remember. You've been putting those people before you as long as you can think of. And tonight is the night I'm going to let you know. Tonight is the night that I'm going to reassure you and give you confirmation that it's okay to think about you. It's okay to think about you. It's okay to put yourself first. Too long have you been putting yourself in the back burner. Too long have you been putting yourself in the rearview mirror. And too long have you been allowing other people to walk over you. Too long have you been allowing other people to look down on you. Too long have you been allowing other people to use you as a footstool to benefit them. They've been benefiting off of your mind. They've been benefiting off of your tenacity. They've been benefiting off of your purpose. They've been benefiting off of your finances. They've been benefiting off of your intellect. They've been even benefiting off of your beauty. They've been benefiting off of your heart. But tonight is the night that you would take away those benefits. See, a lot of us who have jobs, we just had open enrollment. Well, I'm reopening the enrollment for you. I'm reopening the enrollment for you to take a look at your benefits and take a real good inventory of the benefits that you're able to get. Take a real good inventory of the things that you're able to purchase. And I want you to look at it and read through the fine print. And I want you to look at the benefits, because too long you've been giving people free benefits. Tonight is the night. No more free benefits. I need somebody to put that into the comment section. Let them know no more freebies for me. No more freebies. No longer will I freely give my heart away. No longer will I freely give my love away. No longer will I freely give my intellect away. No longer will I freely give my services away. No longer will you have me have your way with me like you did before. No longer will that happen, because I'm closing the door on the benefits. I'm closing the door. It's time for me to look at my benefits package. It is time for me to look at the things that I have that I'm trying to do, to look at the things and look at the places that I'm trying to go, and I'm putting me first. I'm putting me first. Guess what? And it's not selfish. That doesn't mean that you're being selfish. That doesn't mean that you're being arrogant. That doesn't mean that you're being conceited. Guess what it is? That means that you're loving yourself. That means that you're taking care of you. That means that you're depending on you. Because guess what? The only way you're going to make it to the next chapter of your life, the only way you're going to make it to the next goal of your life is that you have to take care of you first. Guess what? A goal is going to be there, but if you can't reach that goal, how will you achieve it? If you can't go forth and go forward, how will you reach your blessing? If you can't keep pushing, how will you reach what it is that you've been praying for? No more freebies. I need somebody to be selfish, and I'm not talking to those people that are conceited. I'm not talking to those people that have been living their lives as being selfish. I'm not talking to those people who already have that mindset. God bless you, more power to you, a fist bump to you, all that. I'm talking to those of us that say, you know what, tonight is enough is enough. I'm going to look at me and I'm going to depend on me and I'm going to put me first. I put it to you like this. How can you expect to have a stable relationship? How can you expect to have a stable friendship? And how can you expect to have a stable future if you're not right first? You have to love yourself first, or here it is, you have to love yourself enough to walk away from the things that don't mean you any good. I'm gonna say it again. You have to love yourself enough to walk away from those things that aren't benefiting you, or they aren't of any benefit to you, or those things that are holding you back. Because what happens is, if you love yourself enough, then guess what? You won't have a problem with putting yourself first. The reason why some of us have a problem with putting ourselves first is not because we're nice. It's not because that that we put others first. It's not because that we're so considerate. It's because deep down inside we don't love ourselves enough. Deep down inside, if we want to be real tonight, the deep down inside, we don't love ourselves enough. But there's a benefit in loving you. There's a benefit in loving you. And the benefit in loving you is, once you love you, guess what? Nobody else can hurt you. The benefit of loving you first, the benefit of loving you, period, the benefit of loving yourself is that nobody will be able to hurt you. Nobody will be able to tear you down. Nobody will be able to break your heart. Nobody will be able to make you cry, because guess what? You give them that power. The reason why your heartache, the reason why you're having heartache, the reason why you've been crying all night long, the reason why you've been confused, the reason why you've been frustrated, the reason why you've been walking in fear, it's because you've been given too much power to too many outside forces. You've been given too much power to too many outside forces. And I've come to remind you tonight, just like they said in the Star Wars series, let the force be with you. You have the force. You have the power to change your whole dynamic. You have the power to change your whole outcome. You have the power to change your whole outlook. But it all starts with a choice from you. So my question to you is, what choices are you making? My question to you is, who have you been giving your power to? Because you have the power, but somewhere along the line, life happened, and we've been using the phrase, life been life, and life sure has been life for some of us. But somewhere along the way, we released too much of our power to other people. We've given too much power to other sources, when the power has always been in you. The power has always been on you. The power has always been within you, and the power has always been at your fingertips. But it's all about the choices that you make. So I need you tonight to take inventory of yourself. Take inventory of yourself, not only for yourself, but take an inventory of what you're doing to yourself. Because a lot of times the reason why things aren't happening, because we're doing too much to ourselves. We're causing ourselves too much pain. We're causing ourselves too much frustration. We're causing ourselves too much heartache. Why? Because we refuse to leave certain things. And it's all about accountability. Thank you, Empress. It's all about accountability. We have to be accountable for ourselves. You can't be dependent on somebody else to hold us accountable. You have to be accountable for your own actions. You have to be accountable for your own decisions. You have to be accountable for your own mindset. You have to be accountable for the choices that you make. And before you make any choices, I'm going to tell you in the words of Ice Cube, you better check yourself before you wreck yourself. Because guess what? You don't want to make the wrong choice at the wrong time, thinking that was the right choice for you. Because guess what happens? When you make the wrong choice at the wrong time, then the outcome can be devastating, not only to your future, but it can be devastating to your present. So I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you to stop blocking your blessing. And that some blessings are blocked because we refuse to leave and we refuse to let things go. But the best thing you can do, is walk away. The best thing you can do is let it go. The best thing you can do is keep going and not turn back. That's the best thing you can do. My pop just said you got to be crazy about you. That helps you love others better. Because guess what? It's easy to love. It's easy to love. But you got to be crazy about it. You got to be so crazy to the point where nothing, no distraction hinders you from that type of love. No distraction hinders you. No outside forces can hinder you because you're so locked in. You're so locked in on yourself. You're so locked in on the love you have for yourself that it makes it easy to love others. The relationship fell apart because you didn't love you. Not because he cheated, not because she cheated, not because you saw them sliding into somebody's DMs or vice versa, not because they were entertaining other people. It didn't work because you didn't love you enough. It didn't work because you weren't crazy about you. You can't expect somebody to be crazy head over heels in love, or head over heels in love with you, or head over heels crazy about you if you're not crazy about yourself first. Be crazy about yourself. Love yourself enough to where when you decide to let go, it doesn't bother you. When you decide to get rid of it, it's not going to make or break you. When you decide to turn the page and keep going, it's not going to cause you to think and live in regret. It's not going to cause you to live in regret. Too many times we've been living in regret because of the decision that we made. We thought that decision was going to cause us was going to cause us happiness, but it caused us pain, and we decided to live in regret. But tonight is the night. Tonight is the night that you will no longer live in regret, because guess what? That regret is going to be. That regret is going to turn into your greatest reward. I'm going to say it again. Your greatest regret has now become your greatest reward. Why? Because you made a choice tonight to let it go. You made a choice tonight to not block your blessing. You made a choice tonight to leave it alone. You made a choice tonight to keep going. As long as you continue to make those type of choices, the people around you will not be able to distract you. They will not be able to get you off course, and they will not be able to cause you any more pain, any more heartache, any more sorrow, because you decided to let go. So decide. It's your decision. The choice is yours. Keep going and moving forward. Let it go, move forward, or hold on to it and cause yourself so much grief. I don't know about you, but I'm deciding to let go. I don't want any more grief. I don't want any more heartache. I'm moving forward. I'm not going to look back. I'm not going to allow those things to deter me from my destiny. Why? Because what's in front of me is so much greater than what's behind me. Listen, that is my time for tonight. I apologize for the technical difficulties. My computer died. I'm so upset about that, but I was able to make up for it. And I appreciate you all that tuned in and stayed on. I appreciate you all that have shared the video. I appreciate you all that the comments. I appreciate each and every one of you for the feedback, for the likes and everything like that. I need you to do me a favor. Go ahead and continue to share the broadcast. Tag me, tag the Win Network, tag Reactivate the Moment, and so we can let the world know. Hashtag Reactivate the Moment, and let everybody know what goes down right here on the Win Network, right here every Monday night at 8, where we reactivate at 8. That's a new hashtag that I just came up with like a few weeks ago. Reactivate at 8. I like it though. But I appreciate you all for tuning in with me. Continue to follow me on all social media platforms at M423 and also at Reactivate the Moment. Also follow me on TikTok. I created TikTok. I'm trying to get that up and running too. I'm trying to touch all facets of social media at _reactivate _the _moment. It's _reactivate _the _moment. I appreciate you, and I appreciate all that you do. Appreciate all that you tuning in. Continue to follow us on the Win Network, where all we do is win. Shout out to everybody on the Win Network. I love y'all. There's nothing else you can do about it because I love you that much. I'll see you same time, same channel, right here on the Win Network next week, next Monday at 8 p.m. sharp for Reactivate the Moment. I love you. Have a great night. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week. Peace out.